Rated M for mature.
Don't let your kids watch it!
Ah, spoiler alert.
Hey there, Artie!
And gas.
It would seem that my time is at hand! Mayor Tenma? Counselor, this is a matter which I must testify to. I recall it now only for your good graces.
Freaking...
Counselor? Oh, right, he must be me. Has he finally remembered what happened before that blow to the head? Bailiff, don't just stand there. Seize him. It's no good! I can't restrain him! Ka-ka-ka-ka! Know me in despair! For I am Tenmataro, demon lord of the yokai! Wow. Mr. Justice, do something! Since when am I responsible for court security?
Apollo, this is our chance! We might get some new information out of him!
Your Honor, seeing as our client has something new to say, I believe due process demands that we hear him out, even if he is a yokai. When you put it that way.
Fine.
Still, I believe testimony by a yokai is unprecedented in the legal world.
Let's hear what he has to say.
Unprecedented in absurdity, more like.
Ka-ka-ka-ka-ka.
Alright then, Mr. Damien Tenma, or should I say Mr. Tenmataro, your testimony, please.
Oh my gosh, imagine he sends the hawk after Tenmataro and they're just like, caw-caw, 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 caw-caw.
I shall not speak of recollections most real, courtesy of my host Damien Tenma. Heed these words, mortals, for hear them when you but once you shall. Ka-ka-ka-ka!
Except we can go through and repeat as many times as need be. Or it's just the witness testimony and we don't get to press
We don't
him.
get the cross examination.
That'd be funny.
The ruler of demon kind. That's a great testimony name.
That's a great testimony name.
Barely conscious was Damien there amid the darkness. Suddenly, two yokai did appear. On one side, I, Tenmataro, ruler of demon kind.
Caw-caw.
And on the other, my mortal enemy, the nine-tailed fox.
I'm a fox! That's it. Okay. Wow, I thought there'd be actual stuff.
So is the defendant asserting that the room he was in was very dark at the time? Strange as it may be, yes indeed, all was in darkness. And the part about Tenmataro and the nine-tailed fox being there? Yes, that too! Tenmataro towered overhead and the nine-tailed fox glittered gold. Ah! I call animal abuse, Your Honor! It would seem the defendant's recollections are not to be trusted. Yes, well, truth be told, my host's recollections are still a bit fuzzy. Do not sneeze during the Demon King's testimony.
Sorry. I
As
can't control a sneeze. I was quiet.
As if half dreamt, that happening lingers in his mind.
Ka-ka-ka-ka-ka. Apollo, maybe I can help here.
Really? Oh, you mean...
Yeah, I can hear it. The discord in his heart. I sense an unusual emotion in the mayor's memory of the event.
Okay, I just hope our findings don't come back to haunt us. Again.
Nah.
Are these gonna be Mayor Tenma's emotions, or are these gonna be Tenmataro's emotions?
We'll find out, I guess.
It's just like all
Let's get
angry
them.
all the time.
It's just, no, that's the beast.
I will
His
never
words.
apologize.
Barely conscious. Was Damien there in the darkness? Okay. Suddenly, two yokai appeared. That's normal. On one side, I, Tenmataro, ruler
Okay,
of
this is
demon
definitely
kind.
not Tenmataro's emotions. Otherwise, he would be super happy.
Why
I love
is he-
Tenmataro.
Why is he freaking out? Why is he happy? That's weird.
Rah.
Rawr!
When the nine-tailed fox appeared, you not only experienced shock and sadness, but also something like joy as well. Joy? Perhaps it was joy at the light coming to my eyes at long last. A long and terrible creaking did pierce the silence. And then there was light. Just like the Bible said.
Let there be light.
On reflection, it was a door that did produce that infernal racket. A creaking door? Oh, you must be talking about the Forbidden Chamber door. It does make a lot of noise. No one's greased the hinges in, like, 1,000 years.
So, this means the Forbidden Chamber really was open. What about the sudden light he described?
I think I know! He mentioned darkness and Tenmataro towering overhead. Maybe the mayor wasn't really in the Fox Chamber at the time of the crime. Mr. Mayor, did the darkness that you were in happen to be here?
The Forbidden Chamber?
Death Chamber.
Death Chamber. Death Chamber.
The Forbidden Chamber? Was it not the Fox Chamber where the murder did occur?
Yeah.
Yes, but it all makes sense if you were in the Forbidden Chamber. That terrible creaking sound was probably the Forbidden Chamber's door opening. And the towering Tenmataru you saw? Most likely the Forbidden Chamber's statue. Why, yes! That would explain it. The darkness and the staff of that demon's grasp!
But even if all that's true, then what about the nine-tailed fox?
Maybe he was seeing things. Just like Jinxie and her imaginary yokai.
Fantastico, Apollo! It's entirely possible! In a groggy, dreamlike state, people can misremember things and events.
Misremember, you say? Let me think. Oh! I do believe. I remember now. That was not the nine-tailed fox. It was... the Amazing Ninetales! What? The Amazing Ninetales? At first, this is but a dream, I thought. Now, however, most clearly do I recall it. 'Twas the Amazing Ninetales who did open the Forbidden Chamber's door. I'm sorry I asked.
The Amazing Ninetales? But that was the victim, Ultimate Kyuubi, right?
Yeah. Why would he open the Forbidden Chamber? Wasn't he trying to keep it sealed?
Okay, guys, let's play hide and seek. Tenma, you go hide. Okay.
Okay.
He hides in the Forbidden Chamber. Here I come!
Never gets found.
Oh, that would suck.
Never mind that, this is completely new information! Let me enter it and run an update.
Update time.
Barely conscious was Damien there in the Forbidden Chamber. Info update. Amid the darkness, a mighty statue of Tenmataru loomed overhead. We were scared of it. Suddenly, the door did open, and a shaft of light did pierce the gloom. The Amazing Ninetales had come to the rescue.
Why are you upset by that?
Sad or surprised?
Oh, wait. Suddenly the door did open, shaft of light.
Oh yeah, he is sad about
Why
that.
is he sad about that?
Is that your official statement? I sad?
Big sad.
When the Amazing Ninetales opened the chamber, banishing the darkness within, you felt joy, but didn't you also feel shock and sadness? Yes, in the hazy depths of my mind, I do recollect something of that nature. I believe it was the Fiend's Cape of Red. For when I did behold it, a great wave of sadness did inexplicably wash over me.
Okay.
A cape of red?
Apollo, we've reduced the noise level! Oh, but there's still a little left.
Mayor Tenma, why were you sad when you saw the red cape? Why indeed? What could this mean?
I guess his memory is still a little spotty. I know because of his latest recollection contradicts the
Yeah.
You heard that, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's one of those contradictions that slaps you right across the face.
Something this obvious could arise when someone's trying to force a fuzzy memory into a definitive shape. Apollo, I know what you have to do! You need to present evidence that contradicts the image you see!
Oh, so it's basically the same as the usual cross-examination process. Okay, time to review the evidence. Look out, contradiction, here comes justice.
Okay. Okay. Barely conscious. I'm in the darkness.
I love that pose. I'll grab you.
Ooh, suddenly the door opened, a light
To pierce the gloom.
room. Okay.
He had come to the rescue. That's bogus. Remember that wrestling poster we got ages ago? He has top foxtails as his cape, not a red cape. You said the Amazing Ninetales' cape was red. Are you sure about that? Yes, well, I do believe it was a red cape I saw, but... Mayor Tenma? Does this cape look red to you? Oh, that certainly does not look red! Not even scarlet or crimson either! Nevertheless, upon my liberation, something red did fill my as-of-yet hazy field of view. And I thought to myself, Ah, the Amazing Ninetales is arrayed in a cape of red. So you mistook that red something for his cape, huh? Apparently so. And remembering it now brings a great sadness upon me.
So the red something probably wasn't a cape after all. Maybe that great sadness he mentioned is what's interfering with his memory.
Well, he would have seen the fox chamber behind the Amazing Ninetales. What red object could he have seen there that would have been that shocking? I know! Could it have been... Mr. Mayor, was the red thing you saw this? Probably just the blood. Something red that could produce a deep sadness. Could it be, Mr. Tenma, that what you saw was the Alderman's blood? Blood! Why, yes! It was blood! Ah! Ah!
For our viewers, is this what therapy looks like? Please let
Yes.
us know.
It's all coming back to me now. It wasn't a red cape that I saw. It was lying behind the Amazing Ninetales, the Alderman's bloody body.
Bloody.
Voice level 0%.
0%. Bye-bye. His noise level's down to 0! I think that means he's remembering everything now.
Does this mean the Amazing Ninetales killed Alderman Kyubi?
But the Alderman was the Amazing Ninetales, so how exactly would that work?
Hey, I asked you first! Well, Mr. Justice, you sure know how to make a complicated matter even more complicated. True, but at the time of the crime, our client was in the Forbidden Chamber. Moreover...
Silence.
Hoy! Don't you think this strange? The little scamp has already confirmed her father to be in the Fox Chamber. But she said naught about seeing the Amazing Ninetales there. Ah! You just had to bring that up, didn't you?
Jinxie didn't see LaBelle there either. It's so weird. Who really was in that room then?
Would the defense care to share any theories with the court?
We can share theories.
Oh yeah, can you explain the inconsistency between the defendant's testimony and his daughter's?
Yeah. Defendant is a big fat liar.
Yes, of course! I can explain it! Because if I don't, we're in serious trouble! Not with more of your bluffs and fairy tales, I trust.
This is about theories, sir.
Fair warning, Justice Dodo. I shall have your head if you fail to explain this. What about a good old-fashioned penalty? Or hot coffee to the face? Well, Mr. Justice,
Or a
let's see if you have a head worth keeping on your shoulders. First of all, Mr. LaBelle was definitely in the Fox Chamber while it was locked. We also know that Mayor Tenma was in the Forbidden Chamber based on his testimony. These two facts are crucial to my explanation. So let us consider the following question. The facts point to Florent LaBelle and the victim being there at the scene. Why did Jinxie Tenma see the victim and her father, Mayor Tenma? A very good question indeed. And I suppose you have an answer for us? Sadly, you would be supposing wrong.
You think she could have mistaken LaBelle for the mayor?
Well, if she did, then the question is, why did she do that? Polyjuice potion.
I have some theories.
Ooh, let's hear them.
One of them, well, we know that LaBelle killed him, so I'm guessing what happened is he opened the door, Tenmatara came out, he hit him, and then he went into the Fox Chamber, or into the Forbidden Chamber. Jinxie comes running in, sees the whole thing happen. He can open the Fox Chamber again, because she's not paying attention, clearly. Or he's just hiding behind the screen.
She was hallucinating yokai at the time.
She was hallucinating yokai, like, she's crazy, so anything's
Sorry, Jinxie.
possible here. No, I would be too. So it's one of those where it's like, I think he definitely was either hiding in the Forbidden Chamber, hiding behind the screen, still in the room though. Cool.
Okay. Well, how about that explanation, Mr. Justice? I believe the time for questions is over. The defense asserts that Florent LaBelle was at the scene of the crime.
Yeah.
However, Jinxie Tenma has testified that she saw her father collapse there.
I mean, I think that was still there.
If she has, in fact, misremembered the event, what could have made her do so? Jinxie was confused. LaBelle was disguised as Tenma. She got the rooms mixed up.
I think she was just confused. I mean, rooms mixed up would also go with confused, but you don't mistake your father.
Your father?
Your father?
Miss Tenma was in a state of confusion at the time. That's how she mistook Mr. LaBelle for Mayor Tenma there in the Fox Chamber. After all, they both look kind of like yokai.
That's not what I was asserting.
I'm afraid I don't follow you, Mr. Justice.
I was asserting that she was confused and was hallucinating a bazillion things, so it would make sense if she didn't see him.
Why do my nostrils whisper
Whispered.
to me?
That's the best hallucination scene.
Can I have a do-over on that one?
No. The rest of the penalty bar goes away.
The defense asserts that Florent LaBelle is at the scene of the crime. Oh, I want to undo the... Oh, wait, no, actually, it's not that easy to go back. We'll just take the penalty. However, Jinxie judgment justified that her father... Okay.
What? It would make zero sense to say either one of those. Disguised as... Wait, LaBelle disguised as Tenma, Mayor Tenma? Or disguised...
Mayor Tenma.
That's stupid. Got the rooms mixed up. One room's a telephone room, one room has her father.
Yeah.
I don't think either of those make sense, so I don't know. That's stupid.
The figure Miss Tenma saw was not her father. It was Florent LaBelle disguised as Damien Tenma.
That's stupid.
And he was wearing an Elmo costume. That is a complete impossibility. Their faces are utterly unalike. How could you explain that away with a mere disguise? Yes, they both do have incredibly distinctive faces. But maybe the disguise completely hid his face.
I think Jinxie would have mentioned that if she couldn't see her father's face.
And if it was that sort of disguise, wouldn't she have removed it? Oh, right. Your sword is as dull as your mind, Justice Doe.
Yeah, I thought that one was stupid.
Shall I show you what a truly sharp blade is capable of? I think I'll... Ah!
Dang. Are you okay, Apollo?
I'm not fine, am I? Well, now that we have that little fairy tale out of the way, your baldness, your verdict, if you will. Mr. Justice, I believe it's time for a verdict if you have no further arguments.
Please tell me that's not the response we were supposed to pick.
It is.
Why? That's the stupidest thing ever!
What's even left for me to do?
Apollo! Remember what Mr. Wright always says? When you're stuck in a tight spot, turn your case upside down.
Turn the case upside down? He does say that, doesn't he? But I don't quite see how it applies here. Still, never hurts to give it a try, I guess. Let's see. Rather than Jinxie didn't remove the disguise, maybe she couldn't remove it. And rather than she didn't tell anyone about the disguise, maybe it was she couldn't talk about it.
A wrestler's mask is more precious than his own life. He'd never unmask himself in front of others. But there are matches where wrestlers battle for the right to remove each other's masks. I forgot about that. To have your mask torn off is the worst humiliation a wrestler could suffer. That's why their masks are more important to them than life itself.
And what about the fact that it was the amazing Ninetales who opened the door? A mask that can't be removed in front of others. Can these facts turn things around?
Yeah.
We got it all backwards!
Apollo?
I think we might have made a huge mistake. Your baldness, I see no need to further indulge them in their silly little farce. The defense has no proof. They never did, and they never will. Then it seems I must announce my verdict.
Objection!
I do have proof!
Okay.
Do you now?
Whoa, I saw his eye. Whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa, that was like a Doki Doki moment.
His eyes like, ching! Alright, I don't think that's the first time he's done that, but that's the first time you
That's the
noticed.
first time I've noticed.
Alright, but this better be good, Mr. Justice. We can solve the remaining riddles by turning all of our assumptions upside down. Why Jinxie Tenma mistook Mr. LaBelle for her father. Why she couldn't remove the costume or tell anyone about it in the first place. These riddles are inextricably linked to Mayor Tenma's secret identity. A shocking secret identity that will turn the entire premise of this case upside down. This piece of evidence clearly reveals Mayor Tenma's secret identity.
Oh, yeah. White hair inside.
Ah! What absurd, absolute claptrap! Poppycock, balderdash!
We thought the alderman was the amazing Ninetales and the mayor was Tenma Taro. That's why we believe the mayor killed the alderman in his lust for Ninetales Vale. And it was the basis for the prosecution's entire case against our client. However, we got the whole theme backwards. Oh, best music in the game right here. Mayor Tenma wasn't Tenma Taro at all. He was the amazing Ninetales.
The ripped one?
What's this?
He doesn't look... What?
You best explain yourself, Justice Dono. And from where you derived such a far-fetched conclusion.
Jinxie no doubt knew the true identity of the amazing Ninetales. But she couldn't tell anyone, no matter what. That's why she didn't say it was the amazing Ninetales she saw passed out. Even though, unbeknownst to her, it was really Florent LaBelle in disguise.
Silence.
The accused and that deceitful dandy are utterly dissimilar in physical build and voice. The little scamp would have seen the difference.
Objection.
Remember, Mr. LaBelle has his very own brand of cosmetics. Why couldn't he fake a different build too? And anyone speaking through a mask would naturally sound different.
Silence.
Why did she not simply pull the mask off?
Objection.
A masked wrestler's disguise is more precious than life itself. As a huge fan of the amazing Ninetales, she would never dare unmask him. Gah. Ah! This case of mistaken identity also explains the riddle of the locked room. Then by all means, Mr. Justice, answer it for us already. First, Mr. LaBelle entered the room where the mayor and the alderman were talking.
What's up, homies?
I suspect he brought with him coffee laced with some sort of sedative. Once the alderman was out cold,
Beautiful.
that's when Mr. LaBelle killed him. Next, he took the mayor, who he had also drugged, into the Forbidden Chamber.
Get in there.
Then he returned to the Fox Chamber, slipped into some of the mayor's spare clothes, and completed the disguise by donning the amazing Ninetales mask. With his entire charade in place, Mr. LaBelle let out a scream. The scream that led Jinxie Tenma to the scene.
So then, the person who said I killed Alderman Kyubi was...
Yeah.
Yep, that was Florent LaBelle in disguise. The mayor never actually confessed.
Silence.
So he confessed.
This is no more than guesswork and speculation. Now stop your jabbering and...
Objection.
No, you twisted samurai! This time you stop your jabbering and let me finish making my case. Ah. Once Miss Tenma left the scene, Mr. LaBelle, still wearing the mayor's clothes and mask, opened the Forbidden Chamber. So he could drag the mayor back out into the Fox Chamber.
Oh, so the amazing Ninetales the mayor saw was...
Right, it was LaBelle opening the Forbidden Chamber. The second time Mr. LaBelle opened the door to the Forbidden Chamber, he happened to catch the thieving Mr. Filch by surprise. Startled, Mr. Filch in his Tenma Taro disguise ran as fast as he could away from the room.
There's only one question I have.
Just one?
What is his motive?
LaBelle?
Yeah.
He's a colossal butt face.
But, like, what's his actual motive behind this? Like,
Good question.
Why wouldn't he have killed his own boss to take over that? Why would he kill a random, like, landowning dude? It just seems weird.
True. As he did, he left behind him a trail of feathers and tracks, and gave Miss Tenma the scare of her life in the hallway. with no one left to witness the events that had occurred. Mr. LaBelle then proceeded to drag the sleeping mayor back into the Fox chamber. I see. Well, that all certainly does make sense. Then, after dragging the mayor back into the Fox chamber, Mr. LaBelle threw the mask out the window and then fled the room.
Silence.
For this absurd theory to work, it requires that the defendant be the Amazing Ninetales. However, he was the one pushing for the municipal merger. That such an individual could possibly be the Amazing Ninetales is preposterous.
Objection.
The mayor was blackmailed into pursuing the merger. Miss Tenma's life would have been in danger if he had openly voiced his opposition. That's why he created a secret identity as the Amazing Ninetales. Gah! This is madness! No one could possibly hatch such an insane plot! No one except a killer as insane as his plot, and I'd say Florent LaBelle more than qualifies. Foolish mortal! It is at your own peril that you forget who I am! Mayor Tenma, it's okay now. Jinxie will be safe just as soon as Mr. LaBelle is arrested. You are the Amazing Ninetales, aren't you?
Poor dude. I took the stand. Oh, what? Yeah.
You changed your hair again. You have quite the active imagination. Mayor Tenma is not the Amazing Ninetales.
Objection.
What do you mean? Well, has the mayor admitted to it yet? He was literally about to until you interrupted him.
Let me shove you off the witness stand.
But that's just... And even if he did admit to such nonsense, I would reveal the truth behind Tenmataro right here and now. What? Why you? You would dare reveal the secret!
Why would you share your secrets with this butt?
My good friend, the alderman, told me all about it. But it wouldn't be good to expose the truth. What with the superstitions now, would it? The truth behind Tenmataro? What's he talking about? What? What are you talking about?
You can actually shapeshift.
Polyjuice potion is real.
Sure.
So go ahead, say it. Say, I am the Amazing Ninetales. I dare you.
Objection.
Wait! Will somebody please explain what's going on here? Mayor Tenma will do anything to keep the truth behind Tenmataro a secret.
So you're blackmailing him right on the witness stand in front of a court.
Just like Ant!
Just like Ant. Also, can we turn on the light? It's so dark.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. Lights are on.
It's a dark, terrible truth that has been kept secret by the village superstitions. And if the mayor admits to being the Amazing Ninetales, you'll expose the truth?
It's just like the Amazing Ninetales is a bedwetter.
Right, I won't have him walking free because of some nonsense you made up. So, what now, Justice Dono?
I want someone to be like, are they blackmailing right now?
Without the mayor's admission, your theory is as useless as you are in battle. I'll show you who's useless.
Apollo! Don't you dare give up now!
I know. Your Honor, I believe Mr. LaBelle's statements warrant a thorough cross-examination. After all, the true identity of the Amazing Ninetales is the cornerstone of this case. You do have a point there. Please answer this court, Mr. LaBelle. Is the defendant the Amazing Ninetales or not?
And be quick, I have another burrito to eat in the next break.
Witness testimony. The Amazing Ninetales' true identity. Are there any to be continues in the middle of this trial? I thought there was. Oh well.
I guess not.
The Amazing Ninetales' true identity is not Mayor Tenma. The mayor would never admit to such utter nonsense. But if he did admit to such nonsense, I will expose the truth behind Tenmataro right here and now. And that would bring ruin upon Ninetales Vale, just as the superstitions say. You just admitted you were a butt in front of the entire world. Not that it was very much a secret.
No.
Talk about out of the pot and into the fire. At this rate, the mayor will be found guilty for sure. Honestly speaking, if Mayor Damien Tenma is not the Amazing Ninetales, I'm afraid I don't see how the defense has much of a case here. So let's just leave it at that, shall we? We all know Alderman Kyuubi was the amazing Ninetales anyway. I mean, it was ridiculously obvious. It was like handed to us on a platter. I mean, that's how Ninetales Vale made a comeback. The Alderman was so popular. There's gotta be a hole in that testimony somewhere. But I don't even know where to start.
Since we don't have any proof that the mayor is the amazing Ninetales, then we'll just have to get him to admit it himself.
But if he admits it, LaBelle's going to expose the secret behind Tenmataro. Ah! We're so close! I know it!
Who cares about the secret behind Tenmataro? It's probably not that big of a deal.
The secret behind Tenmataro is that he was actually just the original Alderman's pet raven.
Sure, that's fine.
He was a butt. He pooped on
Like-
everybody.
Okay, wow. On that note, to the defense.
The defense may cross-examine the witness. And on that note, I think we need to end the episode.
Yeah, I need a cookie.
Oh yeah, and a drink of water. Gulp, gulp.
Drink
some water.
He's
And-
like, that's a terrible song.
Are you kidding me? Foreign LaBelle hates the Wiggles. He's the absolute worst. Anyhow, that's it for today, folks. Tune in next time. I think next episode we'll finish the case.
Okay.
There's not much of it
Thank
left.
goodness.
Oh, thank goodness. Until we meet again, my friends, have a great day, and God bless.
I want more weird females to voice.